Hey guys, what up, Viper here, and because we've seen so many people join the Illuvium ecosystem now that we're in testnet, now that there is a date game open beta launching really soon, I want to give you guys a brief overview over all the assets, over all the games, what things are in those games, how you can interact with them, what are they, and so on. And yeah, I want to have that in one concise video here, because whenever I go and check out some games and there's like a lot of stuff in the ecosystem and surrounding it and connected games and projects and ideas, I think it's always really tough if that doesn't exist. So I want to make that for you guys right here. All right, let's simply start on the Illuvium website, right? If you click on that Illuvium icon top left of the website, we see these things here. See, let's start with the token, right? Because it is a Web3 game, there's crypto involved and so on. What does the token do? Now, the in-game currency that you will use to buy anything in the game is going to be Ethereum. Has nothing to do with the Illuvium token. Now, why is the Illuvium token? What does the Illuvium token do? It's a governance token. You can go stake it. We could stake it over the last 3 years for the staking rewards. Those are probably by the time the video is coming out either half ended or ending very soon. And you can also stake to earn a revenue distribution. Now, if Illuvium Labs, like any of the games, any product that's sold, if they make revenue, that revenue gets distributed to people staking the token. Now, the DAO, Illuvium Labs, they have a substantial amount of those tokens staked, so that is how they generate revenue as a gaming studio. But also, I don't know, you guys, me, everybody who just owns those tokens and can stake them is gonna get part of that, meaning, I don't know, 5 million tokens. Very simplified thing, and I don't want to deep dive into this, right? If there's, I don't know, 5 million tokens staked, they all have the same weight, which isn't a realistic scenario, but for the sake of saying it, it's 100 million revenue, you get $20. 100 million divided by 5 million, $20 per token that you stake, right? It's a simple thing, and you can partake in the governance. You can vote on who's gonna be in the council of the DAO. You can chat in the governance chats and so on in Discord. I don't want to deep dive into governance either, but if you're interested in that, just go Discord and check those channels out, check that part of the Discord out. The idea is the DAO, that's like the people holding the Illuvium tokens and so on, and the DAO employs Illuvium Labs, the gaming studio. And if the DAO, if everybody, right, a DAO, decentralized automated organization, everybody like votes and says this is a proposal, we want to push this through, we want this to be changed, go Illuvium Labs do this, then well, that's going to happen. I think that's a cool mechanism that, for example, if you want to apply this to a big Web2 gaming studio, it would probably have prevented a lot of the fiascos that Blizzard had in recent years, where just the higher up people were super disconnected from the reality. Now, I think the more interesting thing, for me at least, is the games, but I wanted to get the token thing out of the way, right? So Illuvium Overworld, Illuvium Arena, Illuvium Zero, Illuvium Beyond. Illuvium Zero has land and blueprints. Illuvium Zero is a town builder game, and they're gonna be up to, I mean, currently planned, there's gonna be 100,000 plots of land. Currently released are 20,000 of those plots of lands. Those plots are NFTs, and you can just like buy and sell them on the marketplace right now. You can play alpha version of the game right now as well. And once the 25th July hits, we can start playing Illuvium Zero. Illuvium Zero is gonna be the thing that produces the stuff that we buy with Ethereum in the game that we actually spend. So if you guys are playing the current testnet, right, we are spending fuel, we're spending Krypton, Solon, and Hyperion. Those are gonna be created on those NFT land plots by people playing the game. And they're gonna sell that to a balancer pool. Then that balancer pool is gonna, I don't know, out of thin air, so to say, gonna add 19 times more of what the people owning the land produce when they sell it into the pool. And then we, if we spend our Ethereum, will buy that, and then we can go whatever in-game action we want to do with that. So if you have those NFTs, you play the game, you essentially just sell that fuel that you get via gameplay, and you get ETH for it. Then those lands can also produce blueprints, which you can see here. Blueprints are essentially the formula that you need to create cosmetics in the game. You want to have a Ramfire themed ranger suit, for example, you need the blueprint for that, and somebody via gameplay actions can find that in Illuvium Zero. They can sell the blueprint on the open market. We, for example, currently from alpha gameplay have a lot of the tier 1 stage 1 blueprints that exist. Now a lot of people have them, so it's probably not going to be rare or difficult to obtain or anything like that. But once the game is live, maybe there's just going to be like one guy that has the one Ramfire blueprint. Who knows, right? Until like another guy finds it, obviously. So that's going to be cool. Basically, in-game currency is not just like the labs, the gaming studio, the company just selling it, creating it out of thin air. It depends on what is produced here, but it's not that there's a finite amount. If in the current planning, because it's a balancer pool, there's free market dynamics, so maybe it's going to be cheaper one day or another day, but there's going to be a like max price point for fuel, and there's going to be infinite fuel available at that price point. If it sells at that price point, the people owning the NFTs will just get the percent airdropped to them. It's as far as I understand right now. I hope I did not say anything wrong. Disclaimer, all of this is obviously just entertainment purposes, and I want to explain the assets and all these things to the best of my knowledge. Don't hold me accountable if I say like a wrong word or something like here, please. Thank you. Then we have Illuvium Beyond, which I think covering next makes a lot of sense. Illuvium Beyond has discs, Illuvitas, and accessories. Discs are essentially like loot boxes, gacha boxes, booster packs, whatever you want to call it, where, well, you just like buy them with Ethereum or with SILV2. I guess a short explanation, what is SILV2? SILV2 is a token that people could redeem throughout the staking program, and that is used as a gift card for buying assets from the DAO. There's a finite amount of those in existence. At some point, it's just going to be gone, and it's gone. When people redeemed SILV2 instead of the ILV token, they had the upside that they could just have it immediately, but the ILV token that would have otherwise been there got burned. So the people that claimed SILV essentially burned ILV to have an immediate gift card to be used in the ecosystem that always has the same worth that the Illuvium token has in the current market. To that, so you can buy these discs with Ethereum or SLV, and these discs are these loot boxes, and in those loot boxes you have Illuvitas and accessories. Now Illuvitas are a very short form your profile pictures in the game. If, for example, I'm gonna move my camera a bit here, you can see I have the profile picture here on my account. It's an Ophisto, and yeah, that's just my profile picture. Now accessories are, like the name suggests, accessories that you can put on top of those profile pictures, and then my Ophisto could have cool glasses or a hat or a scar or something like that. Now there's a lot more to these because there's a very big collection game essentially connected to those profile pictures, where the profile pictures have power ratings, and if you equip specific accessories, you full equip accessories to them, they get more power rating. So you can open the disc and the Illuvitas, you can bond the accessories to them, then you have collections that you can complete that give you bonus points, you can rank on the leaderboard, and there are even prizes for that leaderboard in that game. So yeah, that is essentially a collection-based game where your profile pictures are a bit more gamified than just being profile pictures. Now back to this cool overview here. So now we have Illuvium Overworld and Illuvium Arena left. So far we've established Illuvium Zero gives us the gamified making of the in-game currency that we then buy with Ethereum. Illuvium Beyond are just the profile pictures in a gamified way with more to it than just we buy loot boxes for profile pictures. And then we have Overworld and Arena. Overworld is what most people are playing on the testnet right now. And Overworld is, well, you spend on testnet, right, like Sepolia ETH, and mainnet we're gonna spend ETH to buy fuel. We spend that fuel and we go gather a lot of resources, including Illuvials and things that we can use to craft our equipment, weapons, ranger suits, and so on with. Now that's just what Overworld is, right? There's Illuvials, a bunch of equipment and resources, and there's a bunch of stuff that's going to be on the Illuvidex, right? Everything is going to be NFT and tradable with players. So all of this is essentially a supply side for how do Illuvials get into existence. Somebody has to play the game and capture that Illuvial. Somebody has to play the game and mine that ore, mine that plant, and so on, find that blueprint, create the other items, and so on. Now this is how you create these things, and you, well, while creating things, while capturing more Illuvials, while leveling them up, you can capture more and more and more. But what do you use them for outside of capturing them? You just capture them for like nothing? No. There is Illuvium Arena, right? And Illuvium Arena 1v1 PvP game mode. There's also, this is currently not on the website, it's not on testnet yet. Maybe by the time the video is out, Gauntlet is on testnet. But what is Gauntlet? Gauntlet is a more TFT-like battle royale. Illuvium Arena 1v1 PvP, a team deck building, a kind of game, very like strategy game oriented, combining like classic 1v1 card game ideas with a like auto battler, high level graphics thing. So that's really cool. And then Gauntlet is not gonna require you, like Arena, to build your team with things that you own. So Arena, like a classic trading card game, you have to own the Aluvids, you have to own the equipment, you have to own that kind of stuff, and then you put that together in your team. It's called here, it's just a deck, right? Like a deck of cards. It's a deck of cards with like creatures and then spells and equipments, like a classic kind of thing. You just have a bit of a different combat than in the classic card game. And Gauntlet is more like TFT, where everybody has a shared deck of cards, and nobody has like advantages, right? You don't have to own that. You can just queue up the game. And if you own the Illuvial that you then just randomly see in the game, in the shop, like in the TFT game, it's just going to have a cosmetic effect to it. So in that sense, it's a bit closer to like Hearthstone Battlegrounds, where there's like a bunch of cosmetics for the bartender that you have, or for the hero that you have, right? If you own that, then your guy looks different to the regular version in the game. Or in TFT, if you have the cutscene avatars and things like that. So that is going to be in Gauntlet. And there's also going to be a mode in Gauntlet where if you own the thing, it's just going to have better stats. The same way in Arena, you own the thing, it's going to, in the basic mode, it's just going to be equalized for everybody. And in the Leviathan game mode, it's going to have the stats and levels and everything that it has in the Overworld as well. So if in the Overworld you're min-maxing, farming super rare Illuvials with crazy stats, leveling them up, they will be way stronger in Leviathan, in the Leviathan game modes of Arena and of Gauntlet, than in the regular game modes. So there is a lot of merit to having those high stat, high level Illuvials as well, because there are game modes where everything is equalized, and it's like a, I guess, like lower barrier of entry, fair playing field, so to say. And then there's also the like whale game modes where those super rare and strong Illuvials just count. I hope that this, I don't know, especially helps you guys understand if you're probably more on the Web3 crypto side of things and we're just wondering, okay, Illuvium testnet, airdrop, but wait, what is Beyond? What is Zero? What is Over? What is Arena? What is Gauntlet? You probably have heard of that at some point or another. What do you do with the token, and so on and so on? I hope I could answer your questions here in a concise enough way, because I didn't want to go deep dive white paper tokenomics. Like, I think that is overshooting the point. Just want to give you guys a overview on those things. Like I said, I hope it was helpful, and I hope the video was good. If you guys haven't started playing the game yet, haven't started playing on testnet yet, I really suggest go check out Overworld. It's really, really fun to play. It is one of the better creature capture games, even on testnet, with like no marketplace and like everything feeling a bit iffy because it's like Sepolia Eve, right? You have like infinite of that and so on. It feels really fun to play. And especially for, I don't know, maybe only putting a couple dozen hours into it, it feels like the average Web2 creature capture game right now. So that is really, really cool. And it's going to be a lot better once we can use all these marketplaces and interconnected items and so on. I think a really, really bright future ahead of this ecosystem, because it is so well thought out and every part of the ecosystem is very gamified with marketplace dynamics attached to it. I think Illuvium has done a great job with all of these things, and hope to see you guys in, I don't know, future content videos. If you want to check out Illuvium more and on the gameplay side, on the Overworld gameplay side and so on, check all the recent videos. It's going to be really, really easy start for you.